You're listening to the Paracasual Destiny Podcast, episode 46. Special welcome to the casual players of Destiny, and thank you for tuning in. We broadcast live here every other Saturday night at this time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can find the archived audio wherever you get your favorite podcasts, including this one. I'm Sooltime. I'm here with Salliebug. Salliebug, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Good. Also, Greenstego.
Hello.
Hello. And RomanceGirl.
Hi.
Hi. And hopefully, maybe we will get Ghost on tonight. We did invite him. He definitely has probably some more insight than we do in all of the amazing, multifaceted things going on with the game right now. Everything from the Star Horse to the Halo-like weapons. So, yes. We should kick that off. Speaking of Star Horse, has anybody had a chance to get on and play it all in the past 2 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. We hopped on right away and tried the Dares of Eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday when it went live, and that was so fun.
Yeah.
What an absolute hoot.
Yeah, I've only done it probably 5 or 6 times, and I'm still learning it. I'm still figuring out some of the nuance. And it's like a game show with the spinning dial. And so I'm still kind of figuring out, navigating my way through it, finding out what the heck is going on. And it's kind of bizarre. It's like really strange with that horse neighing, our new favorite character in the game, the Star Horse, and the treasure room, wonderful. I think they got a lot of good feedback from the menagerie in that season, and so it harkens back to Callus's trophy room, to be in there. Salliebug, what's your feeling about the Dares of Eternity?
I'm actually having a lot of fun. You know, it's kind of like similar to the other 6-man activities. You know, I feel like I'm going in and just like, I don't know, just randomly running up to enemies and trying to kill and participate while everyone else is just really doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Cleaning the room.
So, yeah. I mean, when we go in the match made section, right? I mean, even if we went in with like some of our clan mates, like I think my skill level is lower. So I try to just find a corner and just shoot things as they come out. As my
that's 90% of Destiny.
Right. And it would as just
corner.
kind of the way stand in a corner and shoot things. But just my way, feeling like I'm like, rather than being kind of in the thick of it, but still having a lot of fun. I always liked that aesthetic, that 9 aesthetic with kind of like the ribbons and the purples and so forth. So the environments are just great, and that quirky little, almost carnival-like maze that you have to go through to get from one section to the next. It's silly fun. So I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
The dialogue has had us laughing a lot. I did not see Zer as a game show host, but now I do.
Yeah.
With his sidekick, the Star Horse. Oh, man.
And the whole section where it's like, you know, what is the game show where you have to pick which door
Price is Right.
Price is Right does that sometimes, but I'm thinking of the one where you had to dress up, right? They would call you up if you were like dressed as like certain,
like a chicken,
just dressed up, almost in costumes. Yeah, like a chicken.
This is outside of my generation, I think.
What was
I
the
think
name
she
of
means
that,
The
Neil?
Price is Right.
No,
I don't mean The Price is Right.
There is some Price is Right influence, though.
There's a modern version. It's still out.
Game
but
show
I can't,
aficionados.
For whatever reason, my brain is just not finding the name of that game show because I didn't
Game show aficionados will notice these 5 things.
Yeah, they're probably yelling at me right now, like through the radio.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of angry letters from the fans.
Yeah. So what makes Dares of Eternity any different from any other of these horde modes, seasonal horde modes that we've gotten? There's something about it, right? It's different. It's fresh.
It's probably the Jubilant Whinny.
I was thinking
factor.
I'll tell you what I'm appreciating are these boosts that you can get. You can run around and get these boosts.
Oh, yeah,
that's kind of cool.
The boosts are a lot of fun.
It's kind of a new
Has anyone
element.
gotten Star Horse's favor yet?
I've only gotten it once.
We got it once. It
was
fun though,
right? And has anybody done the lightning round yet?
I think I did that once as well. The extra round, right?
I feel like we did have it, but it was like our first time, and we had no idea what was going on.
I don't think I don't think I've gotten a lightning round.
Like our first go at it was like you know how it automatically queues you up,
right,
as soon as you load in. But RomanceGirl got kicked, and so I figured I would just leave mine, and then we'd just play it together. And then we queued in, and we dropped in on the final encounter.
Oh, yeah. They were in the middle of it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So it was a little chaotic.
And I think that there was a lightning round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we just did not know what was going on.
Yeah, we had no idea. It was just wacky, and then Zur and the horse showed up, and we got loot. Like basically right away. And it was like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it when that happens.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's different. It's just enough of a twist. I don't know. I just feel like they've really put their foot on the gas for this 30th anniversary thing, just across the board with the dungeon, which we'll get to next. But before we do, last thing I want to bring up is that lightning round. I'm just curious. Does it happen when you guess the right door? Because they have you guess the doors at the end?
No, I heard there's a higher chance if you're have efficiency throughout the rounds, and there's an even higher chance if you do it on Legend or Master or whatever the
Master. It would be Master,
yeah. Master. But other than that, it's completely random.
After this podcast, Salliebug, Dares of Eternity Master.
I think I need a few more rounds of just the Legend.
Yeah, you probably do. We
No
are
champions,
casual
please.
players, after all.
I mean, there's champions in the regular one, isn't there?
Casual can mean you don't have enough time to play a lot. But casual can also mean that you've got a pretty low skill ceiling, like me.
Welcome in the casual umbrella.
Yeah, there's a lot of any misfit toy, right? We're like the island of misfit toys in the sea of the Destiny community.
Yeah.
I am going to change to the next slide and see what everybody thinks about. Check in with everybody. Has everybody... Well, yeah, you mentioned before we went live that you guys completed the dungeon, the new dungeon, yeah?
Yes, we started this morning right after breakfast, and we took a couple breaks, a lunch break. We did eventually complete it completely blind, just the two of us.
Isn't that coincidental?
That's awesome.
That's exactly what Salliebug and I did. Although shout out, except the very end, we got the mechanics down. But we had just spent a long time on the previous encounter with the servitors, and we don't want to give away too many spoilers because all of our other casual listeners out there may have not gotten on yet for this. But yeah, the servitor one, we were just about to get it, and then we got, what was it, Calabresi'd. We got kicked.
Oh no!
Right as we were about to finish it, so we had to do it all over again.
Right at the end of the. So that kind of like it's like, okay, we're gonna go take a lunch break.
It took us a while to get it, and we wanted to finish it today, so we did call in the troops, and by the troops I mean Ghost. He came in. He came in and he helped us finish it. He showed us a few tips and tricks, which are great. And I feel like we could two-man it now, Salliebug. What do you think?
I think so. Now that I think he gave us a couple of tips where we probably would have been. Honestly, and I told you this afterwards, we were kind of in a bit of a time crunch because we wanted to get it done, but we had some errands to run this afternoon. Right.
Well, what's the tips? Oh, what were you saying? Sorry.
Well,
well, what I was saying was I thought if we weren't in that time crunch and kind of wanted to get it done so that we could talk about it tonight, we probably would have figured it out by just playing. We would have figured out some of the things that he had let us know, like just like places to stand where you're less likely to get killed, that kind of thing.
And also dividing and conquering, have a person in each section when the goodies drop, so that everybody can.
Yeah.
You can maximize the amount of
your
progress.
Your time and your
I'm trying not to
progress.
Spoil it for anybody. So I'm using general language.
Yes. Our biggest thing was just staying alive, I think.
Yeah. Well, I went to Well of Radiance, of course.
Man, how many times we would our pinky toe touched the water.
Oh yeah. I kept falling in the water. It was stupid.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And not that it's like, it's actually relatively easy to jump around there, but for someone who's jumping challenged anyway, and you're in the thick of it, and there's enemies all around.
I just missed it.
Right.
Just missed an easy jump.
So I had a few deaths where I would just very confidently jump towards a platform that was not there at all. Just clean straight into the puddle of death.
But all that being said, one, it was super fun to do it blind and to figure the puzzles out, like
so much fun
without getting any pointers. We didn't look anything up. We eventually figured it out. And
pro tip, going blind.
And I just
it was a lot of fun.
Just something to that when doing something blind, but
that's my first time doing a Destiny dungeon blind.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Puzzles were so much fun.
For some reason, like all the other dungeons, like the Shattered Realm and the Pit of Heresy and the Prophecy even, I have like a lot more like nerves about those ones. They feel like intimidating and hardcore, but this one being like a part of this almost jokey content, it felt a lot more inviting to a casual player. And it really was. I think that it was a lot easier to figure out the mechanics.
Presage was kind of, Presage was kind of hardcore, like you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And plus, it's in the Cosmodrome, which is home. It's like where we started this game.
Oh,
and
the music was so nostalgic too.
The drumming, those drums.
Yeah.
And then it would start like when you're at certain points in your progress. Mm-hmm. Man, whoever scripted the cues for that, definitely shout out to that person who
oh
did
my
that.
gosh. And also the dialogue from the scannables.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we've only gotten. I think we found like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know how many there are.
I think there's 12.
I think there's 12.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, we did not get all of them. We'll have to watch.
I mean, and that's one where I probably won't try to do that blind. I'll get a guide.
Yeah, we'll probably
we'll look up Abontus and he'll get us all the pieces.
Find out where they are.
He'll help us find them all, but they were the ones that we did find. They were not only that, but just like kind of like the traps and so forth. I just like found myself. I know I'm gonna die here, but I'm just gonna do it anyway because it's hilarious.
I screamed a lot. In the first part, they got me good a bunch of times.
Yep.
I kept dying.
Yeah, but
we had some good moments.
It was cute Benny Hill music. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was it's super fun, and I think once you do learn the mechanics, like it's relatively easy to do, and so I feel like this is something that I could see.
Yeah.
Sooltime and I just
running it, right?
Running, just for the fun of us, like, hey, let's do this. Like where they're, the other ones are like fun for the challenge of it. Although, I mean, I did like the Shadowkeep dungeon quite a bit, but it's still, that one is, I don't know. I feel like it was a little more challenging.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
what your thoughts are.
I can see it's so well designed. This is their bailiwick. You can tell that I could just tell at certain points, oh, there's got to be a shortcut to this. You just have to learn it. And so there's like, they made it so the more you run it, the more you streamline your strategies and your paths and where you go and what you do and which chests you hit and all that. Really, really well done. And this 30th anniversary is just chock full of these little Easter eggs and secrets. So cool. But along with that, I mean, there's a lot of moving parts right now in the game. We're still in Season of the Lost. And so there's those things if you haven't finished, grinding out some of the stuff you want from that before it ends. And at the same time, we have the 30th anniversary content, which we'll talk about some of the weapons and some of the QOL stuff that's come along here. But we also have Moments of Triumph, on top of which The Dawning is coming out next week as well. It's like, whoa. Thank goodness we're going to have a little time off for the holiday here.
Yeah.
I know. I had completely forgotten Iron Banner. I was like,
oh my gosh, it's Iron Banner as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I saw that blipping and I'm like, yeah, there's no way. I just don't think I have. I don't think I can take that on. Well, I mean, I could, right? But then you're ignoring all the other stuff that's out that's new. And it's like, well, this other stuff is new and fun. And I'd rather be doing that. So.
When I was making notes for this podcast, 2 things that stood out that I feel like we as a clan, as a group, well, at least the 4 of us would really appreciate is the adjustments to mods in the QOL facet, meaning glimmer-free mod switching and also remote mod switching. You're able to do it through third-party apps now, like Dim, to control. I mean, that's so cool. And talk about trying to encourage the player base, even like veteran players, casual players, hardcore players. Talk about a great incentive to really start experimenting with stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. I just put a mod in a gauntlet on a piece of armor in my vault right now. So easy.
Yeah. I haven't actually taken advantage of that yet, but when I heard about it, I was like, oh my God, that's huge, right? To just be able to, because if you do have a minimal amount of time, but you can on your lunch break get on your phone and get on Dim or one of those other.
No, I can. Yeah, I can hire Daniel to just make a loadout for me, and then I can just click it on Dim.
Right, just get on Dim.
Greenstego, get me a new loadout.
Right. Or it's just I'm excited because I think that you could like there's times when it's like, okay, I've got like 20 minutes downtime, but that's not really enough time to like hop on and do anything in the game. But you could be like get on Dim or one of the other third party apps and putz around with, oh well, what would happen if I did these.
Well, just the fact that you could save it and change your mods around, do something else, but you want to go back to that one loadout.
I swear to God, I need it as part of part of the academy. Is just like I need like a full-on tutorial of like, because I know that I've only like scratched the surface of what Dim has.
Well, you need to go back and watch the earlier episodes of the Mod Academy.
Well, I know
now on YouTube.
Of note, related, the way that they did the changes on your armor, you can now also modify the ornaments and shaders through third-party apps.
Oh yes.
Well.
Oh yeah. The other thing that came
up that I noticed, this is the casual player's dream because it's just maximizing your playtime.
Kind of genius marketing on their behalf is that when you go to an exotic and you go to the ornament page, or I guess any ornaments, anything that any weapon or armor that takes ornaments, if there's purchasable ornaments that week, you can just
they show up,
purchase it through like from the appearance
your weapon
page.
Yeah, from your weapon screen.
That's genius, because I think there's half the time I don't even bother scrolling through what Eververse has. But if I'm looking at the appearance of, say, an exotic piece, and it's like, oh, I don't have that, but oh, look, it's available, I can purchase it. Not, probably wouldn't do it with with silver, but with Bright Dust for sure. And I think there's plenty of ornaments that I've missed, or it's just like I've hoarded my Bright Dust to not buy it, but with it that accessible, I feel like I would be way more.
Well, you'd have to be pretty lucky to be randomly scrolling over on the apparent screen of your weapon and for it to also be available for Bright Dust, to clarify. But I agree that it's actually a pretty cool feature. You could also just if it's available for silver, you could also keep your eye out for like, oh, that's something I want to keep my eye out for when it goes available.
Right.
And I used that feature today to purchase an ornament for silver that has been on my account for years.
The silver?
Yeah, I've had a balance of 800 silver on my account for like a while, which isn't like enough to purchase like a lot of things, but it was enough to purchase the new ornament for the Titan chest piece, the Cuirass of the Falling Star. The Thunder Crash exotic has a
I'll tell you who likes sporting that. Number one clanmate, Richard. He loves that thing.
Absolutely. It's great. The new ornament is fantastic.
I think this is the first time Stego has bought an armor ornament for silver.
Wow, that's great.
Just had to when you saw that one.
They got me. They got me.
Yeah. Well, that's their hope and that's their goal. I think that's kind of the goal of like, say, it's like, well, I don't really buy stuff for silver, but oh my God, that looks so cool. And it's only $3 or only so and so many dollars. Why not?
Well, as if the Dares of Eternity and the Grasp of Avarice dungeon weren't enough, Bungie has also given us new weapons to pursue, and they are Halo themed, it looks like. Now, I just put up a slide showing these weapons, and you can see the energy sword there amongst other sort of classic looks. And has anybody tried out any of these weapons? I know it's still kind of early for us. The DLC just dropped this week, and so I've only gotten, I think I've gotten the Arc Energy sword, Half Truths I got today.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a chance to try it out. The only one I've tried out so far is because the Star Horse had a bounty that required pulse rifle kills, and so I got out the BRX 55 and tried that out, and that is pretty crisp, I gotta say.
Yes,
it's
absolutely agree.
Have you tried it, Stego?
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's getting a lot of like rave reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm quite fond of it. Our regular listeners will recall that just last pod, I think it was, we were talking about Halo Infinite and how I was talking about how I wish I could just start up with the battle rifle in the PvP match. And now I can do that in Destiny. And it's really nice. It's a very nice weapon. I like the way it feels. I like the way it handles.
Does it have a similar feel to, like, I never really played, I played a little bit of Halo campaign, but not enough to, like, make any kind of judgments on how it feels compared to the one from Halo.
The Across review said that it felt true to Halo. I don't remember really. I did play Halo.
I'll be honest, I can't remember
multiplayer, but I wouldn't judge my memory on those kinds of things. And I would say from like aesthetically, it definitely has a Halo feel.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, absolutely. That I will give it.
Has anybody used their Halo?
I used it a little bit, and I spent, and I don't know if it's a Halo themed weapon, but the legendary trace rifle I actually used quite a bit in the dungeon for ad clearing.
And?
I was so excited to see that.
What's the verdict?
It was fun. Yeah, I loved it. It did as purported, and I haven't even, because mine had came with tricorn, I think, where if I paired it with a subclass that matched it, which means solar. So I want to give that a go too, but I didn't because I wanted to stay on my subclass. But I'm looking.
Yeah, so you could go invisible and stay alive.
Yeah, or try to anyway.
Well, also there's a lot of new armor. One of the first things we got was the 30th anniversary armor ornaments, street clothes or whatever they're called, which is kind of cool. And also we're getting
clothes.
A dungeon specific armor set is dropping as well, I noticed. So that's cool. For sure.
Yeah, that thorn themed armor.
Oh.
So cool.
Where do you get that? Where's that?
From the dungeon. Y'all should have probably already gotten some pieces.
I got the boots, I think, and I got the chest piece. Is that right?
I got the chest piece, but I didn't really look at it.
Yeah, I haven't really bothered with it yet. It wasn't that great a roll, but I didn't dismantle it because I want to collect it. So, ooh, yeah. Okay, I've seen pictures of that.
But it's a dungeon that we really enjoy doing.
I'll probably make it into ornaments, honestly. It's like actually inspiring me to use the transmog system.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Like if I could collect that and then put it onto my high rolled stuff that I've already got.
Exactly. That's what you want to do.
Transmog.
The thing is, here's the thing. Here's the thing I was thinking about. This season alone, so many cool armor sets are being added. Yeah. It's like nuts. I'm just adding these 3. I'm very excited to transmog the Thorn armor set. I got the Technosaurus from the Festival of the Lost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite fond of the one that comes from the season pass.
Oh yeah, me too.
Right, the Queen themed one.
I love that armor.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I think I have. That's what I have on right now.
Just looking at those.
Yeah, I have those ornaments.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Plus the new streetwear is very cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of almost like a snowboarding gear or something.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, or like skateboarding. It reminded me. What was that
kind of a
skateboarding
hip
game
feel
that we
to it.
used to play back in the day?
Tony Hawk?
No. No, it was a different one where you had to tag things too.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio. Or Jet Grind Radio.
Yeah.
Jet Grind Radio.
It reminded me, the gear reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like that armor set reminded me of.
Bungie, if one of your representatives are listening, give us.
We know you are.
And we know you are. We know that you got somebody who keeps tabs on the casual crowd. Please, just putting some feelers out. Give us some like spray paint can emote, exotic emote.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah, well, give us the ability to tag the environment with some of those the fallen
just
graffiti.
Completely make it into a different game. It's like Cyberpunk now. You could
collect all 10 fallen graffiti tags. That'd be cool though.
I'm fine with just getting the emote. I don't need to actually go tag things.
Well, no, if they put that in there, I wouldn't need to go back and play Jet Grind Radio anymore. Jet Set Radio Future or whatever it was in the Xbox realm. That was a great game. Had a great soundtrack.
It was addictive. It was super
addictive.
Fun.
It was a great game. I've been thinking of getting the Dreamcast up and running again. In fact, I spent some time yesterday researching S-video or composite video to HDMI solutions for the Dreamcast. There's no easy, cheap solution to it, unfortunately.
You need a.
There's a mod. There's a mod that does the trick really well, and upscales and does the high quality. And then there's some cables you can buy for like $20 or $30 that do an okay job, but some of the games don't work because they're not VGA compatible. I mean, it's a mess. But yeah, we usually get the Grinch out this time of year. The game, I forget the name of the game. How the Grinch Stole Christmas game.
Merry Grinchmas.
Merry Grinchmas. No, it's a Dreamcast game. Anyway, speaking of nifty looking armor, how about that picture of the Dawning armor that Richard put in our Discord? Did anybody catch that?
That looks amazing too.
Yeah.
I've always been a super big fan of the Dawning aesthetic.
Yes, me
consider
too.
me officially overwhelmed with the amount of really cool armor that is being added to my digital closet.
It's too much. It's too much.
But I've always just loved Dawning aesthetic, so I just like the Dawning. Super looking forward to that. I like the Dawning too.
I have
nothing like baking cookies for Ava.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's dropping next week. I don't think we've gotten much more information, and I think probably knowing Richard, this was leaked. I don't know if there's been anything official out on the Dawning and what weapons or armor are coming, unless I don't know. And the only other thing I wanted to bring up is Moments of Triumph. Is that going on now?
Kind of. The seal is available.
Okay.
Seal. If you go to the seal, there's already stuff that you can check off.
All right,
I think I'm over halfway done. So you're probably over halfway done as well by just completing certain things in the game.
I've just been so preoccupied with Star Horse, I haven't done this yet.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to go to the seal, and then it'll show you what you need to do for it. So,
I need
but
to
yes, it
update
is
Dim
going
to see
on.
that. But yeah, I'm gonna check it out, and I suppose that brings us up to our next segment, which is the Paracasual loadouts. It's time for Paracasual loadouts. And to start off the Paracasual loadout segment, I'm going to defer to RomanceGirl, because I see something in all caps there.
It's still Telesto. Telesto is besto.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I honestly think we would have gotten through the dungeon in half the time if Stego wasn't too proud to do double Telesto.
Man, I'm feeling kind of stupid for not doing Telesto.
Yeah, Telesto plus particle deconstruction. I threw on a linear fusion rifle because of particle deconstruction, and which really helped.
There's so many great fusion rifle and linear fusion rifle mods from the artifact right now too.
Yeah. I put on a couple of those, and I also have a masterworked chroma rush I like. So but mostly Telesto. I would only use my other weapons if I ran out of Telesto ammo, or if it was.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit foolish. When we went into the dungeon today, I was concerned about going in as a fire team of 2. I was concerned about survivability, so I brought in a blinding grenade launcher in my special weapon slot.
Ooh, daring.
Yes.
Just throwing caution to the wind.
And I was nervous about blowing myself up with 1 KV. Yeah. So I took that off.
No, that's
I feel like I only did that a couple of times.
Yep.
That's fair.
I will say that with 1 KV,
hide behind the crystal, blow yourself up.
But I eventually changed back to 1 KV, and then I eventually changed back to the plug 1, and just started rocking the fusion rifle particle deconstruction because it's just so strong this season. It's so good. And I was rocking the 1 KV, which did more boss damage, but the Telesto was much better for ad clear. So
I can selling 1 to 200 more kills than Stego for that.
It was closer to 50. Don't.
Right.
No, there were some where I was like over double.
I feel like we should.
I'm taking notes
like
here.
To give it a go.
I'm taking notes, Salliebug.
Again.
This is good to hear.
Trying it with the Telesto particle deconstruction combination.
But okay, hold on. But I also did twice as much damage on the final encounter with the 1 KV.
That is true.
That is true. Right.
But
it's just like you.
The final damage phase, she strafed in front of me, and I blew myself up.
Yeah.
Final damage phase, hit a sliver left. Cassia's Telesto did finish him off, but I was nervous. I did die. I was like, oh my gosh, he's got a sliver left. He's gonna go immune again. We're gonna do one more damage phase because I did blow myself up, but it was all for naught.
Oh man, what they should have made dungeons for.
RomanceGirl coming in with the clutch as usual.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did. I was the one who blew him up by standing in front of him, but
that's
funny.
But you saved face, so that's all you need to do.
I saw he was at a sliver, so I had the same thought. I was freaking out. I was like, we need to get him down. And I just ran ahead.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Well,
but yeah,
again,
Telesto.
We're back to just saying how fun that dungeon is. So if you haven't given it a go yet, just go for it. It's so much fun. I too was doing the 1 KV. I think I stuck with the 1 KV pretty much the whole the whole dungeon except for the encounter that didn't have a boss or had a different mechanic for the boss, I guess, without giving away too many spoilers. But yeah, I stuck with 1KV, and I think I talked about the legendary trace rifle. So I used that, and as well as Chroma Rush. I have also a very good Chroma Rush that I love. So you and I are on the same page with that. It's hard for, like, I was like, God, I have all these other weapons and I'll pull them out and they're great weapons, but it's just like they just don't feel the same and don't just feel like I'm just not being as efficient as I can be with my Chroma Rush. So I end up putting that back on. And as usual, just 6 Coyote. I have three. I don't think I have 4 yet, but I definitely have 3 6 Coyotes, one for each. One for each class.
Wow.
So I have one for solar, one for void, and one for arc. I don't have a stasis one.
That sounds like somebody's going from casual to hardcore.
I'm a bit addicted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I just need to break out. I do on occasion, like, but because I just love the void subclass so much that. But I do on occasion do bottom tree instead of top tree Night Stalker, and so that if I do that, then I might put on like Omnioculus, I think is how you pronounce it. But
I did Raiden Flux Arcstrider through most of the dungeon, but I did have to switch to Stasis for the final encounter.
Right, and I actually contemplated doing the Mr. Freeze.
Oh.
Which is what I did
for the dungeon for that boss encounter. So
I did do Mr. Freeze pretty much through most of it until I switched to Well of Radiance, but that brings up my Paracasual loadout comment, or for this installment, is that Mr. Freeze, the way I set it up with the Mantle of Harmony, I think it's called, the Warlock chest piece, it interchanges well from subclass to subclass. You're still making those elemental wells. I mean, you don't, it's not tailored to the Augur's Scepter, but it's still a very effective loadout, and not to have to change out anything and just go from one subclass to another and try to have a matching weapon. Elemental weapon that matches the subclass is the key to it. So that's my loadout advice or take as of late. Yeah, all sorts of good stuff. And I think Salliebug you might find going forward, and when you have a little more time over the holiday to play some more, you might find some other loadouts to experiment with.
And I had a really high stat drop of the Graviton Forfeit. So I was like, I should actually just check this one out because I've heard good things about that one as well. So yeah, it's I'm definitely stuck in a rut. So I'm all for trying some new things. Like in I guess it wasn't in D1, but in like the first year of D2, maybe it was like towards the end of D1, like it was Orpheus Rig all the time. Like that was the only one that I used. But I think they kind of nerfed the orb creation for that, to the point of feeling like, wow, I don't need to have the Orpheus rig to be the orb generator for the group.
Mm-hmm.
Still good, and it still does.
It just caps at 50%.
Yeah, but well, they cap at 50% of getting your super back, but they also, I think they capped as maybe how many orbs generated or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember, but
it's still good.
I could pull that back out too, especially during horde mode type.
Still things. Good. It's just no longer broken. I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Are we ready for our special segment?
I think so.
I am.
Okay.
I'm excited.
A lot of people in Twitter were excited about this as well. Get it together now for Greenstego's Mod Academy. All right, Greenstego, take it away.
All right, Guardians. We get it's not like a super long, not a super detailed not Mod Academy today. We got a quick sweet lesson for you. We're going to hit on something sweet that was just dropped. Somehow we've managed to go without mentioning. Gallarhorn is back.
Yes, it is.
Gallarhorn is back. And it has it seems like it's better than ever, which is absurd to say because we've also been like we're so much more powerful than ever before. And yet now we have our most powerful weapon. The Gallarhorn has returned to us, and one of my favorite changes is this exotic catalyst, because I remember we were never a part of this, but I remember there being LFG requirements where you have to have Gallarhorn or just don't even bother trying to keep up with us.
Right.
Destiny 1.
But with the Gallarhorn, in Destiny 1. But now that it's back with the catalyst where it shares the Wolfpack round with nearby legendary rocket launchers.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. It's like you only need one person with the Gallarhorn, and then basically like everybody has a Gallarhorn. So we're probably going to be rocking some rocket launcher builds.
Yeah.
And today I wanted to inform people that there were some changes with this latest patch notes. So today I want to advise, honestly, against a couple of mods that some of us may be excited to try with our rocket launcher builds. The two that are coming to mind are the Argent Ordnance, which is the Charged with Light mod that pays off where you use your stacks of Charged with Light to give a damage buff to your rocket launcher, which seems great. But remember, folks, damage buffs don't stack. So if you're in like a raid or you're in a boss encounter and you're all grouping up for the damage phase, chances are you're standing in a well of radiance or passing through a bubble. You're already getting a damage buff. You're basically throwing away your Charged with Light mods and your stacks with that because you're already getting the damage buff from that. So I'm going to advise against that.
Yeah, and it takes up it's 5, right? It costs 5.
Yeah, it's 5.
5 whatever.
5 energy.
5 energy, yeah.
And it does slightly increase reload speed, but that's not worth the build. That's not worth the energy. Just don't mess with that.
Right.
You're grouping up together. You're standing next to the person with the Gallarhorn in the Well of Radiance, and you are.
It sounds amazing, but probably not going to do what.
Yeah, not worth your time.
Just have your Warlock wear the Luna factions if you want some reload.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And another no-no is the focusing lens. We mentioned this at the beginning of the season.
Right.
With the artifact mod, I mentioned that there's like a weirdness with focusing lens, a synergy where when you're standing in the Well of Radiance, your weapon damage counts as being a super. So it counts as like a light ability. But they fixed that. Doesn't do that anymore. As of Tuesday.
Okay.
So it's just a buff.
It's just a 25% damage buff. It's still a damage buff. It's still nice. but it's not going to increase your Gjallarhorn damage. It will increase, let's say, somebody puts down a Duskfield Mine grenade on the boss or a Silence and Squall, and the boss is frozen, and you want to do a Celestial Nighthawk Golden Gun. It'll still increase that damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's still nice. Okay. That's still solid damage. But if you're looking to maximize your Gjallarhorn loadout, your Gjallarhorn DPS, your rocket launcher damage, focusing lens is not the way. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise just not really messing with the combat mods in like trying to like eke out like the max for your rocket launchers. Don't waste the energy. Don't waste the armor energy, but and also don't waste the mental energy. Just focus on something else for that. I would do like survivability or some other ability energy that you want. But don't focus on the rockets so much. I will say, however, I'm very excited about just the flexibility that's being afforded to us. I want to see if standing next to somebody with a Gjallarhorn and I shoot my legendary rocket launcher after popping a Wither Horde on it. So I'm using my exotic slot as a Wither Horde, and then swapping over to my legendary rocket launcher, my Code Duello or something that now has wolf rounds from the my neighbors, my fire teammates, Gjallarhorn. Whether that does like maximum DPS, I'm excited. I'm excited to try that. Give that a try.
What does that have to do with mods?
I'm saying
it's just kind of a mod academy.
It's like a mod anti-academy.
What not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really thought you were gonna follow it up with more than just use ability energy.
Honestly,
you're telling us a lot of what not to do, but you're not telling us what to do, and that's what we're used to hearing from you.
Well, we do already. In the helmet mod slot, if you're focusing on a rocket launcher, even if it's legendary, put rocket launcher ammo finder in your helmet, rocket launcher loader in your gauntlets, rocket launcher reserves in your chest.
We're hoping for special rocket launcher mods next season, right?
We are. There's been a pattern. There is a pattern where Season of the Hunt we got Adored, and then the next season we got that sniper rifle. It was similar to particle deconstruction,
but it was for snipers. I remember that. Yeah.
But it was for snipers.
Yeah.
That same season we got
a grenade
salvagers. Yep, salvagers salvo
grenade launcher. Yep.
For the seasonal weapon, and then we got breach and clear. That same season we got the Null Composure, the fusion rifle for the seasonal weapon, and then the next season we got.
And then this season it's Ascendancy.
It's Ascendancy, a rocket launcher.
Ipso facto.
We are expecting some kind of particle deconstruction, but for rocket launchers next season.
Right.
Savathun better watch out.
Yeah, and that's possible, but being that the Witch Queen is dropping, they may just be like shake things up completely. Right?
Yeah, I'm honestly hoping for
snow globe, and everything that was stuck to the bottom of the snow globe has come broken loose, and they've just shaken the whole thing up, and they're all like gonna fall into like a completely different pattern. That's my hope, actually.
Could be. I'm hoping for a seasonal artifact
if it were
shakeup.
Almost a little less predictable, right? A little less predictable. It'd be kind of fun, right? I think there's going to be a lot of new. Oh, speaking of that, did you guys happen to see the trailer that dropped for the Game Awards?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we watched the Game Awards.
Oh,
I didn't watch the Game Awards at all. Oh, well, I think you and I
we watched a bunch of trailers.
Maybe like 5 minutes of the actual Game Awards. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go away from this. But we did watch quite a few of the trailers for the games that were coming out, and with
that Destiny trailer was pretty exciting, though.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So it's getting closer and closer. They've got to be getting excited over there in Bungie land.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet.
I know we know we are, but
I saw a tweet that drew a visual comparison between original Destiny 2 promo art with like the 3 like photorealistic human guardians. You recall like the Titan Hunter Warlock with their helmets off, and this new guardian just like looked kind of similar to one of the guardians on that promo art, and they're like, is this the same person?
Wow.
Right, and she mentioned Mars. Wasn't that on Mars as well?
Well, what she was describing, they've clarified that is the first mission of the campaign.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Every bit of that video was from the first mission. The gameplay.
Well,
amazing.
So excited.
I'm excited. Yep. Hype.
Very exciting.
The hype is real on that, for sure.
All good things coming for Destiny and Destiny players.
Well, a little overwhelming for the casuals as usual.
Yeah, I think.
But I've learned to kind of like take a deeper breath about it, and it's like, I'm a casual player, and I'm just going to enjoy it when I get on, and try not to let myself be super overwhelmed by anything try not to let FOMO get to me,
Well, where's the fun in that?
No mo FOMO.
No mo FOMO.
Those t-shirts will be available. Support the podcast. All right. Are we ready for a little bit of non-Destiny media consumption tonight?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, why not? Let's do it.
Non-Destiny media consumption.
And we are going to start tonight with Greenstego. What have you been consuming outside of the realm of Destiny?
We recently just finished the new Netflix Cowboy Bebop, the live action adaptation.
How was it?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great way to adapt the source material. The music was phenomenal. The music was phenomenal.
I would say the music was probably the best part.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the original anime.
Yeah.
The original Cowboy Bebop. I got Yoko Kanno and seatbelts to do it. So just hearing more.
Right.
Yeah, there's a bunch of this that was like still obviously like very similar, but they on purpose did took it in new directions. They had like they kind of like riffed on the way that they went in, like bled into the intro a lot, which was a lot of fun. And the writing and the acting still felt like really it felt kind of 90s to me, which was like
interesting.
Yeah, I mentioned that. It really it felt like campy kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I don't know how to describe that, but like not in a necessarily bad way, just like I think the writing could have been a little better, but other than that.
Sorry, I'm a little late. I know you wanted me on earlier, but
Hey, you're welcome anytime. We're just talking about the Cowboy Bebop on Netflix.
Oh, I heard that got cancelled.
In Japan?
Yeah.
They're going nuts in Japan.
I was gonna give that a watch. I probably still do.
Got canceled? Why did it get canceled? I was just thinking I was going to give it a go.
I don't know.
You always do this. You always get like hyped for...
It's been out for like less than a month.
The writers were excited to do a season 2. Everyone was excited to do a season 2, and it's not going to happen.
Did they take off the season 1?
No, what?
No, they didn't scrub it from the history of the universe.
Canceling season 1.
Well, just I meant withdraw it from the thing. I wonder why. No.
It's still available. It's just not going to continue.
That has never happened in Netflix history.
They're pulling.
I don't think.
No.
It's like a Firefly. They're only going one season with it.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
Which is a shame because I liked it and I was excited to see where they were going to take it. Because they, the things that they did differently, I was excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you guys played Halo yet? Like the campaign?
Not yet. No. Is that what you've been consuming?
Oh yeah. I was going through like anytime I saw an energy sword, I got like really excited.
Nice.
Like the little midgets, I don't know what they're called, I forget them, but the little screamers, they start talking saying no, don't kill me. I'm like,
little people.
Huh? But they're like, they're so squeaky. Is
this your first Halo campaign?
No, I haven't played it in so long that I forgot what they sounded like.
They're everywhere.
So I just kept going to my energy sword, just slicing them up or something.
Nice.
Heartless.
Yeah, and it brought you amusement to listen to them plead for their lives.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And then you got the ones that have an ego and saying, "I'm gonna kill you" or some shit. I got the warhammer and smacked it down between them.
I'm kind of getting interested in at least trying it out.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But I've been meaning to go back to
you unlock
Master Chief
if
Collection
you find stuff in
for
campaign,
a long time. I haven't played Halo in so long. Say again?
If you unlock stuff in the campaign, like if you find these secret lockers or something, you get like a cosmetic for multiplayer.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cool. Now that's something.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Romance Girl, I'm excited to hear what you've been watching.
Oh, we also watched Only Murders in the Building on Hulu.
What's your take?
We liked it. It was just like a fun little.
You didn't love it?
I really liked it. We laughed. We had a fun time with it.
It seems like it's got all the ingredients for something I would like.
And Martin Short with Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the chemistry between the actors was just so great. It was fun. It was funny. It was great. Loved it.
It was a fun little watch. And then I also started a playthrough of Garden Story, which is a little pixel RPG on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, nice. RPG, eh?
Yeah, it's super cute.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little grape. And all of
That's cute.
all of the characters are like different fruits. That you're just like helping. You're like helping rebuild this land that's been overgrown with rot. Yeah, really enjoying it so far. Very, very cute.
It looks very cute.
And Salliebug, what have we been watching outside of the Destiny sphere?
I mean, mostly just consuming Christmas. You're kind of
right. We watched a couple of the classics recently, didn't we?
Yeah, we We watched.
Or I should say, I fell asleep to a couple of the classics recently after work.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
kind of hard. You chill on the couch, and then you're watching like these kind of nice laid back shows. But we watched Bishop's Wife, which was fun. It's a nice Christmas classic. Christmas classic.
Yeah,
So.
and then there was.
That sounds boring.
Well, Cary Grant.
Depending on what you're into, right?
Cary Grant
Hey,
and David Niven.
If it's not The Grinch, I don't think it's a Christmas movie. Just saying.
Oh,
we know about.
We got a Grinch purist in the house.
This is the second time the Grinch has come up on this podcast. Richard, have you ever played the Grinch game on the Dreamcast?
No.
No.
And you're talking about the Grinch with
so
Jim
you're not
Carrey,
a true
the
Grinch
movie.
fan then?
Yeah, that one. Has to have Jim Carrey. Anything else is like legal.
Oh, it was on PlayStation as well. So, okay.
Yeah, speaking of Jim Carrey, what did you think of the Sonic?
I thought it was great.
The Sonic trailer that came out
at the Game Awards was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The new trailer releasing that came out as well.
Yeah, we have seen the Sonic movie. It's
that's fun.
It's fun as far as like Hollywood adaptations go.
And then they released the second trailer for number 2.
Right, Sonic 2. They release that right at the Game Awards.
Knuckles reveal.
Knuckles reveal, yeah.
The Knuckles reveal.
We haven't.
I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna throw something out the window when I see Shadow show up.
Being a Sonic fan, that's why I was asking. So, yeah. So for me, just mostly, outside of just like everyday life and silly matching Christmas ornament matching game on my phone. Nothing else.
Oh yeah, what is that game called? You should mention that.
Oh, honestly, have no idea. I could look it up though.
Please do.
Yeah, we normally don't do this, but Richard, since you came a little late, we talked. I don't know if you heard any of what we talked about. We talked about Dares of Eternity, our initial impressions, and of course, we gave shout out to you for helping Sooltime and Salliebug through the Grasp of Avarice final encounter. Cassia, Greenstego and RomanceGirl did it on their own, with no help, not even any help from Pelham or Nicholas. They did it on their own.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get the sword? Because that sword don't drop for me.
No, we haven't gotten the sword. We did not get the sword. I got 1,000-yard stare.
Nice. That's a classic.
I kept getting eyes.
Yeah.
Luna.
That's cool.
I haven't gotten that either. So there's
it's
so
nice,
much.
but I'm using my time lost Fatebringer more than that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair.
Show off.
But I recently got the title for Vault of Glass anyway, so I got all the challenges done in it, Master.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Well, I might be interested in doing a Vault of Glass run sometime in the next couple of weeks or so.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We have to do it.
All about it.
After this week, this is my last week. It's full pull. I've got to do conference
I don't know
reports.
if I'm going to use 1K or Galahorn. I don't know. Galahorn is just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like over at the
Catalyst.
O'Neill Ranch, but we're getting some. I know with Stego and Romance and Sooltime and Salliebug are getting some time off around the holidays. So it'd be perfect time to do some raiding.
Yes, a holiday raid.
I could also try and take you through a master version of Grasp of Avarice.
I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you, Ghost. What is your have you tried the Dares of Eternity Master level yet?
There's no Master, it's Legend.
Oh. So it's got like the 1150 one and then Legend.
Yeah, Legends where it's like no matchmaking.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I've done it because that email I showed you earlier, you get it from just 4-man in the Legend version.
So you guys did it. You 4-manned it. I keep I'm getting all this stuff mixed up. I was getting dares mixed up with the. Of course, you can't 4-man the dungeon, so it wouldn't have made any sense. But okay, I get it now. So it's normal and legend for the
master. The armor you get from the master version of the dungeon is like it gives you an extra mod slot, like a seasonal artifact mod slot.
Right.
Excited about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Okay, I am getting hyped. I think I want to get back on and play a little bit tonight. I honestly do. And Salliebug, if you'd want to join me, we could hit up some more
Have you guys seen that new perk on the Halo looking swords? I forget what the perk's called.
It's like eager or something.
Yeah, that thing. You could just fly across the map with that thing. It's fun as hell.
Is it on the half truth?
Dungeons similar to other types of things where you only get duplicate drops when you go through it a second time any given week. Is that how it works? That's usually how it works, right? You can't just like keep doing it over and over again.
Well,
farm for all the different.
Oh, good point.
Pieces.
If you're on about dungeon, it's not currently farmable right now, but apparently it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Like prophecy, right?
Next week they're gonna fix that. Though I mean I haven't done it on all 3 characters, so.
Yeah, the perk Eager Edge. Gain increased sword lunge distance immediately after switching to this weapon.
It makes it more like the Halo lunge, right? Kinda.
Something like that. So when you switch to it and then you press the right bumper to like launch yourself, immediately switch back and you'll fly.
Oh.
It's fun. So you gotta pull the sword out, swing, put the sword away, and you'll just go further. I was just doing a Lake of Shadow Strike and I smacked some guy into the wall and killed him.
I think I got one to drop that had that, but I didn't know what it was, so I just dismantled it.
I've got both of the swords because there's the half truth, which is arc, and then there's the other half, which is void.
Wait, half truths is
that's cool.
Arc? Yeah, you're right. It's arc. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other half is void, and by the looks of it, if you look at like the description underneath, it says if only there a way to combine them for the other half, which is the void.
Right.
And where's the arc?
Is that the flavor text?
And there's a fine blade, but seems like it's missing something for the half truth, the arc one.
Where are you getting all this information?
I'm with the swords. I'm looking at them right now on the companion app.
Oh, on the companion app, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with Witch Queen, you can potentially merge weapons, so maybe you might be able to merge them at some point.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's that duelist trance? I don't remember that. Is that a new one too?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Sword final blows grant increased charge rate, efficiency, and defense. I don't know.
Until the weapon is stowed.
Okay.
There's a lot of like.
There's a lot of interesting new perks.
New mods that are coming out.
Mods, perks, you name it.
And perks, yeah.
Well, it's going to keep us in business. So
it'll take us a year and a half to get through them all.
All right, I need to call it here because I'm going to go play the game. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
But this is super fun, super exciting. I'm excited for the dawning next week.
Also, if once you get your Galahorn, I can help you get the catalyst for it.
Oh, how do you get the catalyst? Actually,
well, we have our Galahorns, so we're ready to get the catalyst.
Once you get the Galahorn, you go back into the dungeon, and there'll be these vandals, and they have a lot of health, right? They're beefy. But once you kill them, they'll drop one of those engrams, and you've got to like remember where the chest is, because you've got to go that distance with the engram to open the chest.
You have to open the chest with the engram in hand.
Yeah, and then that'll take the engram off you, and open the chest, and on the third chest, the final chest, you'll get the catalyst.
Okay.
Which the final chest is in the servitor.
Did you figure this out blind, or did you get some information?
Wait.
I got some information.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
figuring the dungeon out alone was fun as hell because of the traps.
So if you have time tonight,
we were talking about that.
If you have time, Richard, we wouldn't mind you helping us get the catalyst for the galley. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. I can also put a video of where the certain memory things are, the messages.
Yeah.
And once you get all 12, you'll get the ornament for the Gallahorn.
Maybe we could do both simultaneously, or work on both anyway. Yep. It's all about killing two birds
it's like we got some
Destiny
in our Destiny to play in our near future.
Yeah, our almost immediate future.
Supposed to shred against raid bosses anyway.
I'm gonna go make myself a cup of tea and then get back on then.
Ooh, yes. I'll have a cupper.
I'll have a cup of tea. Dinner over in Texas.
Yeah, and you guys need to eat something. So here we go. This has been great.
Happy dining.
Thanks everybody for coming out. Richard, thank you for joining us. As usual, you're always welcome here. You're the expert. We just play the game. Thanks for anybody else who tuned into this episode of the Paracasual Destiny podcast.
Join us. Say expert, but the next day I'll probably forget
it. Every other Saturday, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can also listen to the archived audio anywhere you get your podcast. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on the Twitter @ParacasualP. So until next time, it's goodbye from all of us in the Minions of Mortimer. Until next time, bye-bye.